Hello students. Today we will study class 7th history, chapter number 7, tribes, nomads and settled communities. First of all, we must understand what is called tribe. A group of people that have same language and customs are known as tribe. Okay, means in this tribe the people have a chief. In Hindi you can say Sardar. Okay, so they have their own language and customs or traditions. Next is nomads. Nomads are those people who have no fixed habitation, means the people without fixed habitation are known as nomads. Means if they have no homes, so they are roaming here and there, means one place to another. Next is settled community. Okay, so settled means what? Settled means the people who have fixed habitation, means just like in village areas or in town areas, the people are making a fixed home and then they are living at one place. So settled community means the people who have fixed habitations or fixed settlements there, so they are known as settled communities. Our topic is beyond big cities, tribal societies. So, in large parts of subcontinent, society was already divided according to the rules of Varnas, and Brahmins divided the society into four Varnas: Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaisya, and Sudras. So, these rules were prescribed by only Brahmins, and these were accepted by the rulers of large kingdoms. And the difference between the high and low, and between the rich and poor, was increased there. So, under the Delhi Sultans and the Mughals, this hierarchy between social classes grew further. Means hierarchy means what? Up and downs. So there were other kinds of societies as well. Many societies in subcontinents prescribed by the Brahmins, they were not, they did not follow the social rules and rituals of Brahmanas. Okay, so uh, they were divided into, means they had their own community. They were not divided into numerous unequal classes. So such societies are often called tribes. Okay, means I have already told you a group of people that have the same language and customs. Means they were not divided. They had their own customs and languages, and they were one. Means all people had same class. Means there was no particular up and downs there. All people were same. So in this way they were called tribes. Members of each tribes, so members of each tribes were totally united, and they had a kinship bonds between them. Means among them they had a great bond there, and many tribes obtained their livelihood from agriculture. Means most of the people were involved in agriculture. They were doing farming there, whatever they had land areas. Other peoples were hunter gatherers, means they were roaming here and there, and they were collecting food items, and sometimes they were hunting the animals, and they were bringing the flesh of animals, and they were eating it. Most of often they combined these activities to make full use of natural resources of the area in which they were living. So some tribes were nomadic and moved one place to another. A tribal group controlled land and pastures jointly there. So in that land area they were doing farming, and in pastures they were grazing their animals. So they had different rules and regulations. Many people were living, many people, means most of the tribal communities were living in the foresty areas, and some people were living in hilly areas, and some people were living in deserty areas. So they they usually lived in forests, and sometimes they clashed with the more powerful caste based societies, and sometimes they were fighting with each other. So in various ways the tribes retained their freedom and preserved their separate culture, means they were not living in uh, under any under any powerful ruler. They were free, and they were liking freedom. Next topic is who were tribal people. Who were tribal people? So contemporary historians and travelers give very scanty information about the tribes, and a very exceptions apart, tribal people did not keep written records because they were illiterate person. Only rulers were keeping these records because they had power, and they were keeping some scholars and writers there, and scribes were writing about them. But tribal people had no particular written accounts, and so that um, there is not much information about them, that how they were living living in their culture. So um, they had rich customs and oral traditions there, and these were passed down to each new generations, and in oral form, it was passed one generation to another. So present day historians have started using such oral traditions to write about tribal histories. So tribal people were found in almost every region of the subcontinent, and the area and the influence of tribe varied at different points of time. So some powerful tribes controlled large territories also. In Punjab, Khokhar. So some tribal communities are there. They are found in Punjab. Khokhar tribe was influencing during the 13th and 14th centuries, and later the Gakhars Gakhars became very powerful, and their chief Kamal Khan was powerful. Kamal Kamal Khan Kamal Khan Gakhan made a noble by the emperor Akbar. So in Akbar's reign, Kamal Khan Gakhar became very famous, and he was very powerful noble. So in Multan and Sindh and Langas and Arghuns dominated extensive regions there, and the Balochis were also another tribes who were living near Afghanistan, and you can say northwest part, and they were divided into many clans there. So clan means what? So you have to understand here, clan is a group. It is a group of families, or households claiming descent from a common ancestor. Clan means what? Clan means from a common ancestor, a group of families were making their settlements there. So they were called clan. Okay, so it means that one person's generation was living there in that clan, and uh, same caste were there, and especially their ancestors were the same. So in this way, in western Himalayas, Shepherd tribes of Gaddis were found. Gaddis, they are found in western Himalayas, and in northeastern part of the subcontinent also some tribes are found. Some tribes are Nagas, the Nagas, Ahams, and many others. Okay, other tribal were also there. In many areas, present day Bihar and Jharkhand, Chero, tribe is also found, and Raja Man Singh, Akbar's famous general, attacked and defeated the Cherus in 1591. So Cherus were very famous and powerful tribes. A large amount of booty was taken from them. Booty means what? Looted goods. Booty means booty. B-O-O-T-Y. Booty means looted goods. So it means that they were wealthy tribes, and so that they were collected a huge amount of booty there. Not booty, treasure you can say. So Mundas and Santals are also important tribes who lived in this region, and also they are found in Orissa and Bengal. So you can understand here that in Maharashtra highland and Karnataka were homes to Kolis, Baran, Berards, and other tribes are also living there. And in Gujarat also Kolis are found. So large tribal population of Koragas, Vitras. So these all are the tribes name. Vitras, Marwars, Koragas. So you must remember these names, because these are the tribal communities. And the large tribe of Bhils is found in the western and central India. Bhils. So you have read in Mahabharata also, Eklavya was related to that tribe, Bhils. In 16th century, many tribal communities became a settled community, and also they got power, and they started agriculture, and they became powerful, and they were becoming jamidars there. So many Bhil clans remained hunter gatherers also, but some were improved themselves. The Gonds were found in great numbers of across the present day state of Chhattisgarh. So Gond is also a tribal community. Gonds, they are found especially Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh. So in this region Gonds are found. Next topic is how nomads and mobile people lived. So this topic I will tell you in next class. Thank you.